Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Battle of America number 2. It's a tiebreak game, match point for both sides. Root Gaming up against Pain Gaming. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Dragondrop Dota. Dragondrop, have you heard that we are indeed electric?
We are. And yeah, my chair is actually electrified, so I can actually keep the hype up for these games and not fall asleep in the meantime. So yeah, that works out well for me.
Like massage electrified?
Yeah, it's a new chair from Need for Speed.
That sounds
I'm kidding,
nice.
of course. I wish I had one of those, but I don't.
That's what I'm asking for Christmas, is a nice chair, because the one I've got is just, like, killing my back. Anyways,
well, mine's functional and comfortable, but could be better, of course.
Yeah, Root didn't do so hot here, and once again, the two picks of the last game reappear. Faceless Void on the Dire side for the third game in a row. And a Mirana pickup from Root Gaming as well. Skyreth Mage picked up like Pain. They ban out Brewmaster Death Prophet, and Tide and Batrider. Don't want to play against any of those heroes, honestly. Just for the sheer initiation. And the push from Death Prophet, of course.
There we go, Vengeful Spirit again, so we'll see whether Vengeful Spirit or Faceless Void will end up 3-0 in the series. Because Faceless Void definitely 2-0 already here, being on the winning team in both games. And yeah, Faceless Void Mirana is also quite a decent combination as just for a setup for the arrow. You have plenty of time to set it up, and it gives you that little bit of extra bait after the Chronosphere to be able to kill someone even early on. It's not the cheapest combination with the arrow obviously, since you do rely on the long cooldown, but you still have the room to pick up someone like a Shadow Shaman, a Bane, a Shadow Demon. There's plenty of supports in the pool that can work together with the Mirana to set up a good arrow.
Yeah.
Outside of that as well. So.
And we don't really know what the Mirana is at the moment. It's like that Jakiro pick. It's very flexible. Can go into pretty much any slot. Don't think we'll see it in the hard carry slot, seeing as she's not the greatest of carries, but she can mid, she can offlane. Mid's not the best for her, though. They actually banned out the Venomancer, though, of Pain Gaming, which I'd say was one of their weaker picks, but definitely worked out for them in the end.
Yeah. Did work out indeed. I mean, Venomancer, we did talk about him not really being able to do a lot in the late game, and the reason he was still able to be a factor was simply because he's been moving so well. He's had so much mobility, and he still died a lot, but he did get some decent ultimates off.
Scepter Refresher, for one thing.
Yeah, and Root was just preoccupied with all the other heroes on Pain to really be able to focus King Ali down. Big part of that was also the lack of a Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander for quite a long while. So they weren't really able to get on top of him early enough to really shut him down, to really take advantage of the fact that he is so squishy. But yeah, not gonna see him this time around, neither the Morphling. Haven't seen him all series, so no one's gonna shed a tear for that. Ancient Aberration also gonna be banned out by Pain Gaming, and that's gonna be the Bane. So one of the more classic combinations together with the Mirana, so can pick up yet another aggressive support, maybe someone like a Rubik, maybe a Dazzle even, go for an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, the problem with this is it can be hard to defend against, especially if you're in a solo lane. If you do have a support there with you, of course you can have them right-click you and just get the Nightmare away as soon as she fires the arrow, but it's only so much that you can do, you know?
Yeah. Still have to be on top of it, you still have to juggle that Nightmare. It can be a pain, especially if the let's say the Scarlet Mage's board takes off the Nightmare of a carry, and then if he's in bad position doing that, then they might just use time to get close to him and then burst him down once he comes out of the Nightmare. So something like that is always gonna be possible as well. Might just be though straight up offlane Faceless Void, Mirana in the one position, Bane +1 roaming, or Bane and Mirana roaming. This, as you said, Mirana is very flexible, so is the Faceless Void to some degree, and Root have a lot of options right now. Pain, maybe not so much. I mean, Scout of Mage is gonna be support. Vengeful Spirit can be played as a core, but I don't really feel that she's really good in that position, so most likely gonna see 2 supports here already picked up for Pain. Now looking for some cores. That's gonna be the Ember Spirit that Smash called in the last game.
Yeah, Smash said they're gonna pick Ember, they're gonna pick Ember, now they really will pick Ember. He didn't say it was necessarily the last game, right? Trying to see, I don't think he's still in our chat though, sadly enough.
I mean, I think in the last game he called Ember for Pain. In the last game we played.
Yeah.
As in game number 2.
Which would have been a nice addition to their lineup, but the Venomancer worked out for him, and now the Ember Spirit, which will actually be relatively nice against Mirana. I'm not sure about the Mirana Bane combo as much, but he is a very powerful hero in the late game, a very mobile hero, and a hero that ADR plays excellently, in my opinion.
Yeah. So that opens up the possibility for Root to go for something like a Doom, which I haven't seen in quite a while, but which would be a very strong counter to that.
Yeah.
As well as the Sky of Mage, if he really gives you problems, you can just doom him up as well, and he can't do anything. Apart from that, you already have some decent lockdown as well, with decent in air quotes, with the Chronosphere being very strong, Bane's ultimate, going through BKB, of course, catching the Ember Spirit wherever. Might be enough to just bring him down as well.
I like this pick, but I feel like they're almost walking into a trap from Root Gaming. And, I mean, yes, we all need to remember we've seen Root play before, and they've been shaky to say the least, you know? And Silencer is kind of the sort of trap they could be walking into. The only problem is there's not a ton of... Well, I take that back. There is a ton of useful disable. It's just... That's my problem with Bane, basically, is Nightmare is great as a setup, but that's it, you know? Having the Nightmare in a fight isn't going to be like, guys, I have him stunned, do some damage. That's Fiend's Grip, and it's on a very high cooldown. Silencer will prevent a lot of the damage from Pain Gaming, especially the Ember Spirit, but
5 seconds remaining.
It can be awkward to lane. And anyways, yeah.
The Nightmare is also a great tool to just delay, just to take a breather, just to disable someone in a team fight, deal with the rest of the team, and then go back once the Nightmare ends. So Nightmare 1, Fiend's Grip the other, and all of a sudden you have 2 heroes disabled. And then Silencer comes in, silences everyone, and Ember Spirit all of a sudden is called out with no ability to get away.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a BKB game for the Ember.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
They will grab a Nature's Prophet, though, showing they may not even want to team fight. They may want to just split push a bit. Haven't seen Grint on the Nature's Prophet yet, so I'm not really sure what to expect from him.
Yeah, they can go to split push routes, but they can go for that Null Talisman into Blademere build from Nature's Prophet, so that would allow him to fight as well.
Root will ban out the Lycan, though. They're really afraid of split push.
Yeah. Pretty wise decision. I mean, having to deal with 2 split pushes like that can be a pain in the ass. It's kind of always the fallback that you have if you have heroes like that. If things don't go well, alright, just turtle up, split push away until the end of time, until you've caught up and farmed. But yeah, Nature's Prophet alone can do that, not quite as effectively as some other heroes in certain situations, but still can be very annoying with the right items.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, the problem with teamfighting is that for Pain is that Silencer though. I mean, Ember Spirit can't act as freely as he normally would like to be able to until he gets a BKB, and even then Silencer holds on to his silence for as long as he can until that BKB is popped. Even that goes through it, I believe. Yeah, add an Aghanim Scepter, maybe refresh on the silence if he gets a lot of farm. And yeah, you get the picture, right? It's not going to be a fun Ember Spirit game up against a Silencer, most likely.
Sorry, they were asking which server, and I just really noticed it. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is on US East, by the way. All 3 games have been on US East. Oh no. Well, actually, I say oh no, but against an Ember Spirit, Meepo's going to have some trouble.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they want to run a mid again up against them. Don't think that's going to be the best choice here.
and have 25 seconds to counterpick, basically. But what do they really go with here? Legion's banned.
10 seconds.
But yeah, apart from the just ignoring the Ember Spirit for a little bit, just considering Nature's Prophet, Vengeful Spirit, Scar of Mage, all these heroes are
Wait, what?
okay.
Okay, so it's
Just
GRD
don't have
Ember,
yeah.
and it's ADR's signature Naga.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like it against Silencer mostly. Everyone else, it's fine, but against Silencer, I feel like Naga does not do well simply because she has such a low mana pool and relatively high cooldowns on her spells other than, Riptide.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm one of those few weird people I know that has like you could call it a Naga fetish or something, that I love watching Naga Siren play competitively. It's weird, okay, I understand. But she is pretty fun to watch as opposed to, like,
10 seconds.
Nature's Prophet for me, or Lycan, or especially Death Prophet, dear God.
Well, for me, it depends. If it's sometimes Naga can be just absolute bullshit, if you allow that term.
Yeah,
She
seriously.
just gets to a point where she just sends the illusions, sends them, suicide them against a tower, and you can't do that because they don't give anything away.
Or against a hero, we'll get
Just
to the point
whittle
where
away.
Bane's like,
Yeah.
guys, Naga's killing me, and they're like, no, it's just illusions, and it's like, no, actually, these illusions are killing me right now, I'm dead. At least we got one, wait, they're just illusions, oh no, we're doomed, GG.
Pretty much.
Good luck, have fun coming out from opposing sides here, kind of a bit of harmony there. And of course,
Oh my god. They like each other. No.
they're friends!
Oh god! Anyway. Do you want to look at the lineups?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. If you'll start off with Root, I'll bring it around with
30
Pain.
seconds to battle.
Alright, starting here with the big bad bird standing in once again on the Faceless Void this time around. Yorick on the Bane, currently occupying the mid lane, just keeping an eye on things here. Actual mid lane looks like it's going to be Chicken MC on the Mirana. I like this. Talk about that in a second.
Oh, that's
Ink going to be taking the Meepo in the farming role in the top lane. Your boy JC at the same time supporting him as the silencer.
The battle
On the side of Pain Gaming, of course, we've got Sono on the Skywrath Mage support. Ember Spirit will be played by King RD in the mid lane. We've got Baga on the Vengeful Spirit. Nature's Prophet played by Grant up top. And last but not least, Naga Siren, the signature Naga Siren of ADR, is in the bot lane farming. And I don't really know. Wait, why does Naga have Baga's boots? Oh, it's so he can block better. Okay, I can understand that, but at the same time, it's kind of iffy. Mid lane, though, is where the action's going to be. Chicken MC is dual laning this at Joik, and if you've ever played mid against this kind of lane, please no. Please no.
Yeah, Ember Spirit is going to have to be really, really careful because, especially on these early levels, one Nightmare into a good arrow could be enough to secure the kill, especially if Mirana gets a quick level 2, one level up in the Starstorm. There we go, there's the Nightmare. Arrow's going to follow up now.
It's a short
Not sure if
duration arrow. He actually has the potential 2 Searing Chains as well as Flame Guard here. We'll keep Mirana back for a second, but First Blood will still go over to Chicken MC, whose name is long enough to blot out King RD's name from the little banner there. It looked like King RD might have survived there, but the physical damage from Mirana is just too much at this point. And King RD, he wants revenge.
Yeah, but Yorick at the same time just going for top here. Grant can be nightmared up and will be able to. Oh, what?
I think it was just the duration of the Nightmare expiring. Or actually, he was hit with
just
Curse of the
used it.
Silent, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the damage over time. And Sono is going to disconnect right now.
I'll not have any of this. Screw you guys. I'm sorry. Probably just some more connection issues. He had them on the other Titan last game again. Maybe connection or just Dota 2 crashing again. But yeah, he should soon.
I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this game. It's one of those mixed emotions games. And full disclosure, I have quite a bit riding on Pain. It's not like I have 40 Arcanas on Pain Gaming.
Bias caster.
I mean, I'm a little biased, but keep in mind, these guys, especially like Ned and Taba, who aren't with the team anymore, but ADR as well, have kind of helped me get my name out a lot. I'd consider them personal friends of mine, you know? So, whatever. But ADR's Naga is so good. It is just outstandingly good. If he can get online with it. And that's one of those things, is that Pain Gaming has been known to go on tilt. And if they don't have a good start, things can quickly fall apart. There's 5 last hits up on Naga right now. Meepo's sitting at 10 already, though.
Yep. Yoik does not have another nightmare for quite a while, so a little bit of room for King RD, but he can die again. I mean, next time it's going to be a Starfall to come it up with.
Oh, arrow misses, though.
Yeah. He has a bottle, so he'll be alright. He can't even give a charge over to Yoik if he really wants to.
The Big Bad Bird coming in here. He'll actually get stunned up by Baga. Arcane Bolt thrown out as well. They're doing some damage, but he did manage to force Sono out for a little bit. And Baga actually dropping pretty low. He doesn't have enough for another Time Walk, and Sono trying to kite him around here. 4 seconds to Time Walk. He does have enough mana for it, though. Just not enough time, is what I was saying, ironically enough. And actually, gonna get harassed out a bit. They are keeping him away from the lane, though, and this is exactly what ADR wants. He's gonna pick up his boots right now and continue farming away with no real retaliation coming out. There is another stun on Big Bad Bird. They might be able to get this, and actually they will not quite get it in time. Faceless Void taking down Sono, but does end up falling to Nature's Prophet for a revenge kill. 2-1 at the moment, with both Void and Mirana holding the kills for the enemy team.
I want to say that's worth it for Void, though, because he hasn't been getting a whole lot of the lane anyway, so getting a kill there up against, and sharing the experience with, that he gives against 2 heroes, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the same time, middle lane is going pretty well, because Yoik is just sitting here, making sure that the Emerald Spirit doesn't get anything. Top lane, of course, nothing's happening for Pain either. But Ink is just free farming up there as well, so we were just kind of sacrificing the Void to some degree. I mean, and so the fact that he got a kill there just makes it so much better for them right now. Might have been looking for the courier, just missed it though.
I'm still trying to make sense of this game in my head. Like, it feels really good, but really bad at the same time.
Sono is definitely going to feel pretty bad here, maybe. There isn't that available.
He'll miss the
Don't
net,
miss
though.
It. What?
A silence comes out on Sono, but he doesn't even care, as actually, he will TP out before another net can get thrown. Ink rounds the corner and realizes it's a little too late.
Well, those moments where I say, I hope no one caught that on camera.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, man, you're out of luck. But yeah. It just happens sometimes. It's alright. King ID at least getting some levels, so... Oh, nice. Aggressive leap here from Chicken MC.
King RD buys out a TP. What does he have on the courier, though? A bottle and a circlet for ADR. I'm not feeling great about King RD right now. ADR will have his Wraith Band up right now. Can pick up his Basilius to turn that into Aquila from the side shop or on the courier. I'm assuming that's what he just grabbed. And now he's basically in Radiance mode unless he wants to go for a drum for some reason or maybe even a bottle. I don't really think he needs it this game. Either of those. I think he needs to get this Radiance online very early and just be able to pressure the lanes and rat Dota the crap out of this enemy team, basically.
Yep. Right now he's getting free farms, so getting... Oh, Big Bad Bird will get some covering fires in top lane. Nature's Prophet does die.
Yeah, Grant getting taken down. He does have his phase boots up at 5 minutes, though.
Top tower.
Surprisingly enough.
Did he get
with that one kill. Actually, Naga manages to kill off Faceless Void. Why did I get distracted at top lane? I want to know how that happened.
Well, he went back in instead of getting out under the cover of Moonlight Shadow.
Oh,
I
God.
mean, being aggressive like that is alright. I mean, you can be aggressive, you can annoy the support, but why would you give a... feed yourself away like that to Naga Siren? It's the last thing that you want to do.
The thing is that at Pain, they've got tools to deal with the right situations, but all their heroes can't deal with all the situations. That's the problem here. Like, if Ink jumps Naga and for some reason she can't song, be that silence, be that out of mana, whatever it is, Ink's gonna probably get the kill, but King RD gonna be able to find the kill on Ink. On the other hand, Chicken MC does get hit with Searing Chains there. Grant even coming in. There is a Nightmare out on King RD. They're trying to chase down Chicken MC, but he's too fast that those phase boots are already up. And they just can't keep up with the Tiger at this point.
It was very close there. I mean, Mirana was silenced, but then got the leap off right here into the middle lane. Still got caught with the Searing Chains though when she was there. But no
they do
point
lose
up
one
the
tower
Sparks.
though to the Meepo.
Grant, did you just get the point in Sprout?
I think so, yeah. Or he wasn't in range for it otherwise. It doesn't have the biggest casting range. In fact, it's about as large as right clicks if I'm not mistaken, so.
Anyway, Mirana survives, which is very fortunate for Chicken MC here. Being able to hold on to his gold.
Yeah.
And yeah, give the middle lane to Yorick a little bit. I mean, he's been kind of gimped. That's the trade-off that Root has been going for a little bit. He was sitting on level 2 for the longest time, now up to level 4.
They do have King
And now
RD
Ink is doing
continuing
his thing in the jungle.
Farm up, yeah. This is what Ink's gonna do until he has his Ags, pretty much. And this is the time when Naga has to be farming out of control. She does have 53 last hits. I mean, that's very good for 8 minutes in, to say the least. Is it enough? Well, not quite, but honestly, she's 2k away from a relic right now at 8 minutes. 1-0, 55 last hits, 7 denies, and sitting at level 8, honestly. Is holding on to the point in Song right now. Yeah. Has the extra point ready for that. No points in stats, so honestly, I think this is totally fine from Pain Gaming.
Yep. A question that I would have is, I mean, I would assume that a well-played Meepo can keep up in terms of farm with the Naga Radiance, which is maybe the only hero that can possibly do that.
The problem is he can keep up in terms of farm, but he can't keep up in terms of sheer map control. Because Meepo, if he sends his Meepos to all corners of the maps just to have that rat toad potential so he could pop out anywhere, that's great and all. But if one of those gets picked off, it's a liability. If Naga's illusion dies, she literally loses nothing, doesn't give anything over to the enemy team, and it's more annoying you to death than Rat Dota. Your boy JC gonna get caught out up here, won't have time for a global silence or even really need to, as he gets taken down by the Nature's Prophet. Grint starting to find some kills here. Looks like he's going for a Blade Mail, I'm assuming. And King RD has got his phase boots up now at least, but he's definitely the weak link at the moment on the side of Pain Gaming. And even though Root has a kill advantage, you look at their last hits, Meepo has 84, your next on the map is tied with King RD at 32.
Oh, Yoik, tried to get the Nightmare off, but the Vision and the Silence stopped him there. Now he uses it on himself. Not gonna be enough to actually save him, yeah.
And that's an assist for King RD as well. He needs to find some kills, but I don't think he has to find the kills just yet. He's probably going to need 2 Battle Furies to really get it here. Meanwhile, Faceless Void comes up. He does get the Chronosphere off and manages to take down Nature's Prophet. Baga trying to bait. Meanwhile, though, ADR, he's on the bot lane pushing that tower pretty quickly, and he's only 1,000 now from the Sacred Relic. Like, this is ADR Dota, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you farm. Take notes, take a picture, watch the VOD on youtube.com/SBRevolution5Dota.
Hashtag shameless plug.
Yep.
Getting all the hashtags in here today. Okay.
Yeah, he does manage to take down the bot tower. Not last hit, but hey, it's a chunk of gold. And that's a huge gold advantage now for Pain. Or that's coming, at least. They're only sitting about 2k gold in Root's favor. Root sitting at about 2k XP as well. I feel like though once Naga gets Radiance, that's going to change very quickly. Global Silence coming off. They're trying to find Baga. King RD can't get the Steering Chains off. He will get it off on 2, though. The Big Bad Bird taking a ton of damage. He will get away. Chicken MC won't be as lucky, though. And actually, it turns out that the Big Bad Bird won't be as lucky. Nature's Prophet turns out to rule all the birds anyways.
Yeah, it was quite greedy for them to by them to go for that. Global Silence was used, and that disallowed the Ember Split from initiating right away. But the Vision was just not there to get the right clicks in.
Yeah. But meanwhile, ADR, I mean, he is free farming, virtually. I see why they picked Naga. is because if they have smart map awareness on the side of Pain, if they just ward up good and see when a Mirana ult is coming out and back up, just like KRD's doing on this mid lane right now, they're going to be able to get him farmed. There's no real ganking power other than the Mirana ult for Root Gaming's side at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is
yeah.
under attack.
Yeah, I would agree. Or else maybe the Faceless Void just jumping in with the Chrono, but... it's gonna be a big issue going forward there if... I mean, Root is essentially on timer once that Radiance comes up, and...
Oh, they're definitely on a timer. And that Radiance is coming sooner than they know it. In fact, 3,600 on the Naga right now. She's 200 gold from Relic. 12 minutes in. Hasn't died once. Now, Meepo is also staying alive, but he hasn't found a kill. He does have his Ags up, though, and this is where he can come online. And I think his #1 goal here needs to be to find Naga and shut her down.
Might die here in the jungle, though.
Oh, no. Actually, Ink, he's going to get silenced up and taken down. Radiant's Courier goes down, thanks to Mirana here, and that would have been picking up the Radiance for ADR, but luckily for him, he hadn't bought it out just yet, and he's probably just going to have to do the good old manual buy of the Radiance. But hey, it would be devastating if that Relic had gone down with the Courier,
Under attack.
but at the moment, I think ADR is perfectly content to continue sitting in the jungle and farm up. They are getting some stacks up on the Ancients as well, or at least one here. No stacks on the side of Root, but there is a smoke coming out from Chicken MC and Joik. I believe it was spotted out, though, from your Radiant team.
You had that Observer Ward in the middle lane. Might have seen it, depending on whether they were looking.
They're backing out of the jungle very quickly. Whoops, sorry about that.
You do place down aggressive Observer Ward, and that's just setting up for later, because they have a very narrow timing window where they can make stuff happen with the Meepo, who's now level 11 with an Aghanim Scepter. If they don't hit that, then it's going to be progressively harder to deal with the Naga Siren, because at some point you just can't kill her. There we go. There's a Nightmare. Arrow to follow up.
4,100 gold on Naga.
Silence, and ADR is dead.
Yeah, and that's going to set
Still
him
has
back
enough for the
300. He does have enough for the Relic. That's his saving grace right now. And I'm honestly surprised he hasn't gone and bought it out. If you're trying to hide it, I'd say buy it out and go sit in the base with it.
There's no reason to hide it. I mean, if you don't see any other items on the Naga, then you can just... Yeah, 100% that it's gonna be a Radiance. There we go, Sono.
Oh, he actually gets a
blown
good
up.
ult off on the Big Bad Bird. However, there's no extra damage coming in. And they'll take him down too. Pain.
Your boy JC in top lane is dead.
Oh, they're gonna find it. Oh, they killed him with the neutral creep, but at least he's dead. At least he's dead, okay?
MVP Satyr once again.
The Satyr Kill Stealer. It says like the Satyr Mind Stealer, but I think mind is the Satyrian word for kill.
Radiant's
It just says mine.
fortified.
Mine.
Mine?
Bottom tower is under
They meant Mind Stealer.
Yep.
Mine, I am Stealer.
bottom tower has
I mean, we're gonna see, I'd say a 16-minute
is
Radiance,
under attack.
maybe 17 minutes. It's a little late for ADR standards, let's be honest here, but... I mean, hey, it wouldn't be an interesting game if there weren't a few bumps in the road, right?
Dyer's
Wouldn't be fun to
Yep.
bet if your rares didn't, like,
Dyer's middle
take you for a
tower
ride
is
every
under
once in a
attack.
game, you know?
We'll soon, so I don't bet, so I can't really
Don't
offer you
start Drag and
expert
Drop.
insight on that.
It's
so.
not safe.
Anyway, oh god. Once again, your boy JC, he just can't catch a break, man.
Yeah, he's gonna get taken down by KRD. What happened here because I, as noob, missed a kill?
Well, the jungle was infested,
Radiant's middle tower
and your boy
is under
JC died.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
basically
just straight up fight. Actually, they are gonna see the Meepo moving in here. There is a remnant out from Ember, but he doesn't need to go in on this. I think it's way too dangerous. And he's not. He's going back toward mid lane. However, Ember, who did get shut down very early on, is sitting 3-2 and 4, has 600 in the bank as well as a drum and phase boots at 16 minutes. Not the worst start in the world for him, honestly. He's managed to recover. ADR working on the Radiance. about 500 to go, in fact, and getting closer by the second. Yeah, it'll be an under 17-minute Radiance, I believe.
Oh, top lane. Ink finds Sono. Does have enough damage as well as a couple of nets here.
Yeah, Sono isn't having the greatest game, but he does have 5 assists. So that's been able to take them out a lot. Also, Grint and Baga going ahead and farming this stack, since Naga isn't really in a great position to do so at the moment. You generally are going to want to have a bottle you can fall back on right afterwards. But the Radiance Courier does respawn. There's a Chrono available from Void, though. The Big Bad Bird is invis here. There'll be a Shadow out from Mirana. They do have an aggressive ward to spot this out, though. So they are going to have an escape ready. Bird looking for an opening here.
2-man Chrono opening is spotted out by Bane. 2, possibly 3.
Naga's Radiance is up, though. It's coming on the Courier right now.
Okay, this is where the timer starts. Naga will now start gobbling up the entire map in terms of farm. Meepo's gonna try to do this. Oh, there we go. There's the Chrono.
There's your Chrono, though. Sono. Yep. He's gonna get bursted down. ADR's got the Radiance, though. The Relicance. No. Meepo does manage to deny the top tower, but it looks like Grint is already long gone, and that's a bit of map control that they desperately need on the side of Pain, seeing as they only have their tier 2 towers left, other than their mid tower. It's actually perfectly even on towers, and I will say, push-wise, late game-wise, Naga's better.
Yeah, absolutely. Pain still... I would say Root does have some tools to deal with her. I mean, you do have the Global Silence preventing her from pressing that I win button.
Yep.
Or I get the hell out of here button in form of the Song of the Siren. You do have the Chronosphere to lock her down, followed up by an arrow. You have a Fiend Script, so this, and some good damage from the Meepo.
But that's all assuming you have the right Naga. And that's assuming that ADR lets himself get caught out. This is the problem with Naga. She can farm via proxy. She can actually sit in her own jungle, warded up, protected by a support, and still farm the entire map. In fact, if you really want to, you can sit in the fountain and farm the entire map. It's just going to take a lot longer. I wouldn't advise it because since it takes much longer, that's time you're not farming, you know?
Yep. So the question is, I mean, as I said, Root does have ways to deal with the Naga. The question is, can they put on enough pressure on the map to make that that kind of a threat really count in ADR's mind? Or is he just gonna get so far ahead that he doesn't really care about any of that because he has a heart and a butterfly? So if Root can somehow push down the lane up to the racks, then Naga has to come back and defend.
Okay, really? We're pausing right now? His monitor, okay.
Well, can't play if you can't see, so...
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's bad manners to kind of pause right there, but if Baga's monitor went out, I mean, there's nothing they can really do, to be honest. That's the kind of situation where if they pause once it's already happened, I don't really like it, but whatever.
Yeah, but in some situations, there's just you just know how it's gonna go, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do to stop it. So in these kind of situations, it doesn't really matter if there's a pause in between or not. You know, Emma was gonna go for a Searing Chains, was gonna get a Meepo.
Yeah, he's not getting the Meepo right now. I'm sorry, I was being requested to show the net worth from chat and trying to make sense of it. 2k advantage for Root right now, 3k XP for them as well.
Nice placement of a Dream here. Just grabbing the arrow mid-flight. So that'll secure tier 1 tower here, the last remaining tier 1 tower for the side of Root Gaming. So Pain starting to apply the choking grip, you could say. Creating a lot of space for Naga here, who already has 1500 gold after the Radiance.
But meanwhile, Roche is going up to the Meepo. They definitely have the push on the side of Pain. Do they have the team fight, though, is the question. And I would actually say they don't. They've got an Orchid up on the Nature's Prophet now. And actually, Fiend's Grip gonna come out from Joik right now. ADR trying to wait it out. He'll get netted up. He can't get a song off, it looks like, and he will end up falling. Nature's Prophet ult does lots of damage, and Ink on the low end of HP, but they are global silenced up. King RD trying to get away. He does buy out most of his Battle Fury there. Only about 1,800 to go. Actually, Silencer manages to find Nature's Prophet in the meantime. So 12 to 12. They do lose the Bane in the meantime, who was killed by Nature's Prophet. Whoops.
Yep. Silencer getting some revenge here inside the fountain, so... these are the kinds of engagements that you kind of want to take. I mean, bringing down a Naga Siren is always going to be nice. That's time that she doesn't spend farming. Bring down Nature's Prophet as well, who's been developing to be kind of a nuisance here. And you don't really lose a whole lot. You do lose a couple of big cooldowns, sure, but they'll be back up soon enough.
Yeah. However, Naga just going to get right back to it. 1,300 in the bank, so did lose about 200 off that death. Usually you want to use your song as an escape mechanism, and it is a good escape mechanism, but with the recent nerf to the cast point, it is a bit hard to get off in a sticky situation like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not a fun thing to do. Actually, Bane gonna get caught out right now with the Orchid. He'll try to TP away. He will actually get it off, though, and yeah, he's gonna be okay. Ink, though, beginning to really rat it out here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. I mean, I would say they need a couple of extra wards in the Radiant side jungle. Problem is Grant has a gem, so
Yeah.
they won't be able to keep up that kind of coverage, which is and yeah, it's a very smart pickup for Pain, realizing that the best way for Root to play is to go pick off, to go invade the jungle, to
Kill Naga 25 times, you know?
kill Naga, kill everyone else, and then take towers off of that.
Yeah.
But if you don't have vision, you can't really safely do that.
You can do it, but it's very, very risky. And actually, Mirana ult will be coming out right now. Ink is going to go try to scout things out here. Unlucky for him, Grint is not nearby at the moment. Baga in a bit of trouble. They know Ember's there, and now they know Skyrath's going to be there as well. There's a Global Silence coming out. A poof in. He'll find Baga instead, and I think he'll take it, but he wanted the Ember Spirit there. Baga was able to buy out a Force Staff, though. Still a pretty close game. 3k gold advantage for Root, about 7k for them in terms of experience.
Yeah, would have loved for him to see it go for the Ember Spirit. He would have bursted him down just as easily, but I think King AD was just a little bit too far away already.
As a Naga, though, it's really hard to do much of anything when your illusions get bursted down by Meepo, and he can definitely burst those down at this point. He doesn't have Boots of Travel up yet, so he doesn't have as much global potential, and he's going to be working on a Hex.
Oh,
there will be a
Chrono.
Chrono
Only
out
one.
on Sono. I think, honestly, I think Pain are fine with giving up Sono at the moment. I mean, he's level 8, but he's got his ult, he's got his silence. They need Naga to stay alive, and if they're spinning ults on anyone but Naga,
Dire's top tower
this is okay for Pain.
Yeah.
And Naga definitely keeping up with Meepo. She does have Boots of Travel and is working on either Yasha or Diffusal at the moment. I'm not sure which it'll be, though. As actually, Vengeful Spirit gets jumped on by Meepo. The damage over time taking him down. And Mirana finding a middle tower. Once again, the teams are even on towers, so...
Yeah, if Root can continue that trend, just getting pickoff after the pickoff after pickoff, and grab a couple of towers of their own, then they should be in a good position to move on, because Naga still needs some time. Going for the Yasha, I would say. And then into Manta style. I mean, you can still deal with the illusions, because a Heart or Butterfly, these kind of things are far, far off right now.
Yeah.
And...
it's not to the point where you just have to stand there and wait till they disappear.
yeah, exactly. So there's still some room for Root to catch out the Naga if they manage to find the real one, or just catch out the rest of her team, bring them down, get a lot of gold, take down the towers. That's going to be the main objective. If they can take down the towers and the racks before Naga's illusions really get impossible to deal with, then they should be in a decent position.
And the
The faster
Ancient,
they
of
can do
course.
this, the better, because it also takes away farm from the Naga, just halving the worth of these creeps.
Yeah. The only downside is that Naga, I mean, she's already farming so quickly. And once she gets Boots of Travel Yasha, that's when I think her farm really comes online. The main point you need to farm as Naga is move speed. Move speed is key, because then your illusions can get farther across the map without you having to put yourself in danger. They can get to more creep waves before they die, just because they can drag the old creep wave with them and just say, hey, go get that other one too.
Yeah.
It's movement speed that is the key here, and that's why she's going for the Yasha. In fact, that'll actually be the Yasha done right now. As well as a broadsword coming up for King RD. He's actually only 200 off from this Battle Fury. A 25-minute Battle Fury on Ember. I mean, sure, it's a little bit late, but it's alright.
It's always going to be a good item for you, similar to how the Midas on an Invoker works. I mean, it doesn't matter when you pick it up, you're always going to get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah.
More so than some other heroes that really rely on a good timing of these kind of items. Speaking of Midas, just do want to point out that your boy Jesse also went for Midas, got it pretty quickly as well. He's been running that for quite a while. That means he's getting... nice.
That was the Ember's Battle Fury.
Yeah, there you go. So much for that. But yeah, that means that Silence is also getting closer and closer to an Agnum Scepter, even though he's been killed 4 times so far.
Oh no. King RD needs to find... What do you do at this point? Like, I'd honestly have him lay down the Stout Shield, go buy the Perseverance, pass it off to a support to put it back in the stash, and then pick up the Stout Shield again, just so that he goes ahead and secures that, because he's right on the edge of being able to buy it or not. They're actually going to send in a Naga Illusion. They know it's an illusion, though, since it marched right up to them. But actually, with that, Yasha up now. ADR is going to be able to get back a lot of map control. He has now got more last hits than the Meepo. Gold per minute, still sitting in the Meepo's favor by 60-ish.
Yeah, Meepo has about 2,000 more gold than Naga. It's gonna...
And a lot more XP, of course.
A lot more XP, yeah. The illusions, they do a lot of things, but one thing that they don't do is suck up XP, which the clones do, so...
And that's why you oftentimes need to be farming in the jungle. And Ink, does he realize this? There's a ping out from Skyrath. He doesn't realize that there's actually going to be a ping out from him, and a silence coming out just to save Ink's life at this point. As actually, Mirana is pushing in top. There's a Skyrath ulti dropped. Ember Spirit going to come through, and actually they'll bring down Ink. Ink does bring down ADR as well, though.
Okay.
That is a longer respawn on Meepo, who does have his respawn time shortened. And although Chicken MC might be able to take this tower if there's not a TP available from a Radiant team. Nature's Prophets is on cooldown. There is a scroll from Baga, and they're going to go into the mid lane right now instead. They're just going to glyph it up and hope that that forces Chicken MC off. And actually, there's a silence out on Chicken MC. He can't leap away from this one. And they're coming right now with the extra magic damage. Nature's Prophet able to find a kill. They lose a tower, lose a Naga, but they gain 3 kills for it. And...
Yeah, I want to say though that Dude has to go for these kind of plays. I mean, they
Definitely.
did get the tower, so that was super important. I mean, down in the bottom lane, they kind of made the best out of a worst situation. Ink realized that he wasn't going to get away until the silence ended, so he just turned around, tried to do as much damage as he can, and then Nagaslam just going in, realizing that ADR, that he was not quite as tanky just yet, and then dying. It was pretty good, and I was a little bit surprised that Meepo, even though he got the lowered respawn time, was still down for longer than Naga. But if you look at the level distribution, he's level 20 already.
And Naga is
also
13.
level 15.
Naga's 13. Ember's 15, but yeah. Big Bad Bird getting caught out on the top lane. He will be going down to King RD, who will have his Battle Fury now that the courier's up. And actually 2,200 in the bank. He's on his way to a second one, but Naga's like, no, is my courier. He's actually going for an ultimate orb, and, was it ADR we saw the Lincolns on?
Lincoln's wouldn't be
No. He's going Manta, surely.
Yeah, he should be going Manta.
Sorry.
Maybe Scotty, but...
I forgot that Manta existed for a second there.
What?
I don't even know how. I was like, what can you build with an ultimate orb? Lincoln, Sheepstick, Scotty... That's about it, right? Not exactly.
What synergizes with an illusion hero that requires an ultimate orb? Let me think.
Like,
Okay,
it's...
enough of it.
Yeah, enough joking around from us. We do have BKB up on Chicken MC now. He's actually quite farmed. And I'll pull back up net worth here. Sorry for changing it on you. He's staying even with Nature's Prophet. Now, Nature's doesn't have a Midas, but he's farming relatively well, in my opinion. It's no Naga or Meepo level of farm, but it's something. Speaking of the devil, Meepo does have a sheep stick up.
Yeah, very great
2K
pickup
in the
here,
bank
and
as
just
well.
to deal with the
Yeah.
Ember Spirit as well. I mean, they have a just to deal with the Ember Spirit, they have a lot to do that already.
And I think
But
his
if
main
you
fear
do-
is Ember as well.
Yeah, probably. But if you do manage to find the real Naga, then it's just so much easier for him to start initiating, because he has the blink attack, and I'm not sure if anyone else does on the side of Root.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so he can initiate a Naga if he finds a real one.
There's a
Hex
Wasp.
her up, and then Hex, Net, into Proof should be able to deal with her quite nicely. Especially the Aghanim Scepter should be up for Silence, and it is, so that's
Yeah.
some extra damage coming in from the Global Silence as well.
Thanks to his early Midas pickup. Or, not exactly early, but his Midas pickup at all.
Yeah.
And they definitely need this Ag Silence. They will put a last word out on the Naga Siren's illusion. Just kind of as a tester. And to get rid of it a little faster there. They do have invisibility coming out. They're going to try to take down King RD on the bot lane, but he's already zipping away. And these supports need to stay in the trees. Stay in the trees where it's safe. Actually, they're not going to go after King RD. They're going to go after the big man himself. Roshan, eyes on the prize here from them. And Big Bad Bird actually is trying to solo this. There's a double damage rune. Unfortunately for them, though, a Treant will be coming in. And JC just going to say, hey. And this Treant's like, hey, is something going on in there? And honestly,
Speaking last words, so I would assume he knows.
all the Meepos are off the map right now, though, according to Pain Gaming's knowledge. And I really think that they might realize something's going on here. Now they definitely know. And they also know that Meepo's not in the pit.
Yep.
Nardi could look to steal. I don't like his chances, though. Scarlet Mage ulti just laid down in the pit. And they're just like, okay, we'll get it later. We understand. You know. Thank you.
Yeah, the main Meepo is actually here near the Raid Inside Secret Shop, so none of the other Meepos can blink in, but you can always boost the travel to one of them. So, but yeah, just gonna call it quits for now. They can't really sneak it in, obviously, with Pain knowing about it. And there's quite a few ways that Pain can fight them in the Roche Pit. King AD being one of them, just throwing out a couple of remnants for the AoE burst if he really wants to. Naga Siren, of course, there's always the threat of a Naga Siren just waiting out Roshan to be low, then popping the song, going in, grabbing the kill, and just stealing the Aegis right in front of their noses. So, if you don't exactly know where the Naga is, and you can't sneak it, then you should be very careful about taking Roche. But they now realize that they do have an opening here, and no one's left here from Pain. Just gonna give this away. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah. I don't think they could do much with Meepo there, knowing that Chrono's up as well, though. And 800 or 600, I'd say, to go on the Ember Spirit. Mid tower does get denied by Mirana, but they're denying themselves map control at this point. 2 towers outside the base, of course, up on each side. And Ember Spirit working toward that second Battle Fury. Once he gets this, he has some serious kill potential on Meepo, and Meepo definitely has to start worrying at that point. Although he does have Boots of Travel and 2400 in the bank, so
That's definitely gonna stack up. But so the basically just means that Root has to be very swift in the execution and bring down the Ember Spirit basically first and fight, even before the Naga Siren, because Naga Siren does a lot of damage over time with the Radiants, even in teamfights, but Ember Spirit with 2 Battle Furies is the one that does the physical burst. With
he'll
just
do
one
some
sleight of
damage
fist,
over
just
time
stacking
too,
up.
but it's just a very short time.
Yeah. Alright, if you want to be nitpicky, go ahead. Go right ahead. Anyway, so they want to bring him down, and with the Global Silence preventing him from casting that Sleight of Fist in the first place, if they time that well, then that's enough time for Meepo to get a proof on top of him, hope that that's enough to bring him down.
Here's the problem though, ADR is sitting 200 from a Reaver, and already has his Vitality booster. This is 1400 to his heart, and if we take a look at gold per minute, that'll be up in probably 2.5 minutes or less at this point.
Yeah, and that's a point where these illusions are becoming really hard to deal with. I mean, Root has been doing a decent job handling them right now. But still, they can only work for so long. At some point now it's just gonna split push you to death, and either you just go for the Rex or maybe even a throne, or just lose so much more than you're gaining. Because none of the heroes on Root are particularly good pushers.
Yeah, Meepo can do okay pushing down a creep wave, or maybe even a tower if he's got all this Meepos on it, but it's not like Nature's Prophet Naga is, where they're going to really, really put some push, because Naga's illusions can just focus the tower and do some tickle damage toward it, and the creeps will die, because Radiance.
Yep.
The other thing is, you don't want to base race a Naga, if you can help it. You do not want to say, well guys, let's just see how we do against a Naga, breaking our base, and if we lose, we'll just rewind and start from there. No, you get one shot at that, and if you lose, you're out of the tournament completely. There's no game 4 here. It's 1-1, and that's why, I mean, Pain, they can say, okay, we lost to Rax. Okay, cool story, bro. I've come back from being 2 racks down as Naga. Now, let's be honest, it took a while. It wasn't like, oh, I'm Naga, easy game. But it's definitely doable.
Yeah. And yeah, you definitely feel the impact of just this game state, just being 1-1 in a best-of-3 series that determines whether you live or die in this tournament.
Yeah.
Both of these teams are playing very careful right now. They don't want to be the ones giving up an opening. And at the same time, it's Roots that can play a little bit more aggressively here with Ink in the front lines, having that Aegis and all.
Yeah, they can play a bit more aggressively, but not too much. And actually, they only have about a minute left on that Aegis at the moment. Naga's Heart is up 35 minutes in, though. And next, I'm thinking Butterfly Diffusal, Scotty, something like that. And then at that point, it's I'm done farming. I'm strategizing now. Like, you can get some extra items, but it's not huge.
Yep. Okay, so what is Root's plan now? Really gotta wonder.
Kill Naga. But the problem is, they can't easily execute that. There is 3,800 up on the Faceless Void. He may be going for an Ag Scepter, which I definitely think will be a good pickup, but it's not going to be that. It's a Demon Edge. And I'm always a little cautious saying that kind of thing, because when he picks it up first, doesn't mean it's a crit or anything, actually. And Sono gonna get caught out right here. I'll throw down the ult, but he's on a feeding frenzy at this point.
Yep. Alright. So, I think the way to deal with Naga is just force her to fight you. Because if you're looking to gank her in the normal way, then you're gonna have a hard time. Oh, your boy JC. Actually taking quite a lot of damage, but there's gonna be Baga on the wrong side of an arrow. Your boy JC almost died from just the Radiance and a couple of tower shots.
Yeah.
But speaking of the tower, this one's gonna get some harassment here now. One would imagine, no. Don't want to go for it.
How do you jump on ADR when he doesn't even come close to the fight? Like, they're literally at half health now, and that's basically due to Naga. Illusions, not even the real Naga.
Yep. They need a pipe or something. They need...
Even then, though...
Chicken MC. Yoink! What the hell? Yeah, right now they need to get the hell out of there. Like stat. Then they need to heal up, maybe pop their BKBs, commit on a tower, bring it down, get a couple of extra kills if Pain tries to defend. Force Naga to fight you. Sono's gonna die once again. Very nice pickup here.
Of
that
course,
was
yeah.
paying dividends.
And he's looking for pickoffs here, but he's not going to be able to find them. I'd say stop looking, honestly. There is a sheep up on the Nature's Prophet at this point. Grint is finding farm in a map that doesn't have much left on it thanks to Meepo and Naga. Now, Ember does go down to Meepo even with his 2 Battle Furies. He can't quite kill off the good old Geomancer there.
Yes, Cypher Vice doing work for him.
Yeah.
Does have a Scouting now as well, so he's getting a little bit a little bit more tanky. Sorry about that. To say the least. He's sitting at level 25 probably for quite a while.
Yep.
That's just what a Meepo does, I guess.
Of course, while we've got a bit of a lull on the action here, big shout out to the almost 4K viewers out on the Hitbox channel. Of course, if you're enjoying the casting, you can find myself and my co-caster at SBRevolution5 for me, and at Dragondrop Dota on Twitter for my wonderful co-caster. We really appreciate the support, guys. I mean, any feedback's welcome as long as it's more than, your voice is bad. Like, give us something we can improve on, you know?
You always say that.
I just get annoyed at the, your voice is bad, go home. Like, instead, like, okay, this section of the game was really shaky for you. Work on that. That's something I can work with and get better.
Thing is,
Anyways.
the kind of people that would go for criticism, if you want to call it like that, they are not going to take that advice for you. Okay, there's going to be the song here at the top. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Do they have detection? It's going to be next question. Yeah,
they had a gem.
They have a gem. They still have it on Grant. He's never given it up. So, actually,
he doesn't have it. Naga has it.
Who has it now?
Naga has it.
That makes
now that she's got heart, I think they're fine with that. And they're gonna just take a pause to high five each other. You know, celebrate. How many pauses do they get?
Good question. Not sure if there's any rules about that.
And actually, Big Bad Bird gonna come in on Grint. ADR's already long gone, plus the global silence and the lack of a song. It's gonna do that. Sono apologizing for their bad connection. They do take down the Nature's Prophet, but they don't get the Naga as well, and I mean, Naga's not a fish, but she is kind of the big fish on the map right now, if you will.
Okay. Starting to get worried for Root here, because as fond as Meepo is,
he's getting picked
it's
off.
just like in the first game, yeah. If you catch him out, then you're still gonna be able to kill him. I mean, he really shines if he's the one initiating. He's the one finding someone with his main Meepo, blinking, netting, and then just bam, burst someone down like a single target.
Dire's bottom
Camera needs work. Okay, thank you. Yep, working on the camera control. Anyways. Just reading chats catch up with my request for feedback, and hey, one of them said go home, and I'm like, I am in college,
home,
so
man.
Close enough.
What are you talking about? Okay. Roshan gonna respawn in 1 minute and 20, so...
Bane on Roche duty here. Okay, Bane. So you don't feed. You're gonna sit in the pit and wait for Roche. But can I? No. You can't come out of the pit.
Well, they're gonna need Roche, right?
Yeah, they definitely need a Roche, and they need to secure it here. If Naga picks up an Aegis, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably a Rax for Pain Gaming. That may seem a little extreme, but, I mean, you think about it. If they can kill her off once, she probably didn't have to use Song. And if she gets back up, your silence is probably down if you've just killed a Naga Siren with a heart, a Talisman of Evasion, a Manta, a Radiance, and Boost of Travel. Not that the gem would count, but the gem too. And then you need a second silence. Now, for that second silence, Chicken MC, or not Chicken MC, your boy JC, too many C's on this team, he's going to have his refresher.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't done the...
yeah, that's actually a really big pickup, because now we can pop the first global silence. Then the BKBs are gonna pop to break that, right? But then the second silence comes in and you're disabled anyway. Yep. So, who has BKBs? Ember Spirit does not... Does Naga have a BKB? No one has BKBs, so forget about that. If they were to build BKBs, then that would be a big thing. As it is right now, that is solid 14 seconds of silence.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dope.
Pretty dope indeed. And,
Pain is setting up.
Pain has a trap set, but there will be a, Invis out from Root. They're trying to set a trap as well.
Oh, Ink though, if he shows himself in the lane...
The problem I'm worried about is if Pain shows themselves. Because, okay, they're going to see him now. They see Ink in the lane. They're pinging him out, but they're also pinging the rest of the team, which is relatively nearby. Looks like they're going to let Meepo go for now. Naga rotating up. They think it's safe for Naga at the moment, and I'd say it's relatively safe, but not entirely. You have to be very careful when you TP in somewhere as a Naga, especially if the enemy creep wave is anywhere nearby, because there could be heroes anywhere. Especially with someone like a Mirana or a Faceless Void on the team that has this like long-range initiation with Leap, Time Walk, Arrow, Invis, even Silencer, even Bane, who now has a Blink Dagger. It's not exactly a safe position for them to just TP Naga in somewhere. But Naga does have her Butterfly up. No buyback available, but that's a little more movement speed for your main Naga. That is a ton of damage for not only her, but the others. They lose Nature's Prophet in the meantime as he was trying to scout out this Roche. And I think Pain are okay with losing this Roche at the moment. They know what's happening. They can't do much about it.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to just live with what they've got. Global Silence coming out, though, as King RD, I believe, or Sono is actually getting jumped on. Faceless Void can't quite find him. He'll get the TP out there. That is one global down. There's a refresh available for your boy JC, but does your boy JC want to spend that? I'm not 100%
he'll spend it if he needs it. If he doesn't need another Global Silence in the next 100 seconds...
What do they do with the gem?
Scarab Mage has the gem.
Okay. I don't like that decision. Naga, that empty item slot is not important at the moment. I mean, maybe she bought something out with it at the side shop or secret shop, and I didn't notice, and that's why he has the gem. But, I mean, when you have 3 illusions that can go anywhere on the map, practically, and they're going to carry the aura of that gem, it's really helpful because it says, hey, there's a ward nearby here, I'll bring a support and come deward it again.
Yeah, maybe he'll just pass it over later. Don't think there's any other item Naga here that would take that slot right now.
I mean, Scotty or Diffusal maybe, but she doesn't have the farm yet. But I mean, keep in mind, these illusions are getting well across the river for Naga before they're going to perish. And now we're once again on that kind of turning up the heat system. Root Gaming really feeling it right now.
This time even with the Radiance, so
yeah.
there we go.
And Naga going to give herself a little butterfly boost through the river there. We'll get our illusion started a little farther out. He is still level 15, and this is the problem here. Like, Naga's XP per minute is an abysmal thing to look at. She's at 278. The Silencer on the enemy team has more XP. Now, of course, he has a Midas, but he also has a Meepo on the team. So, it's really hard to farm XP while you've got a Meepo on the team. In case you guys don't know, the multiple Meepos count as multiple heroes, and they take more damage, right?
No. Or we could take more damage.
Or not take more damage, I'm sorry.
They
take
do
more
suck up
experience.
XP, they do suck up gold. So if you have Meepos all across the map, each of them will get the experience around them. So...
I need to
That's
break
how it
after
works.
this game, I can already tell. I do desperately need to go to the store, and that's not a good thing at the moment. Oh, Meepo with the ear-shattering double damage rune. I'm not sure why that was so loud, guys. I'm very sorry. And actually, Faceless Void is in deep. He'll get a Chrono off on 2. They have a Naga song. She is Global Silence up. King RD is going to go down here. That was Jim not dropped yet. Global Silence 2 coming off. I think Void may be getting away with this, actually, as the Diffusal does come out for Naga. And this will help her find some kills. Possibly.
Just one of the Meepos was down there somewhere. They could have maybe gotten 2 more kills. Especially with the double damage rune here. As it stands, they're just gonna utilize that space that they've gotten themselves. Link Dagger on Faceless Void, okay.
Wait, what?
Thanks for pointing it out, Dropja. There we go. More mobility, why the hell not? Why the hell not?
Let me give Rupture my thoughts on this. I've got a good reason not. And that's because you need damage.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't mind an Aghanim separate.
Actually, he's going to be getting the Mjolnir. So, I'd rather see the Ags than the Blink, though.
Yeah. It's kind of, the later the game goes, is also kind of a dead slot, because you do already have that mobility from
Wait,
time.
why did Bane have the Aegis? Wait, what?
One else is room for it, I guess. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, Meepo is
Okay.
6 slotted. So
Yeah, but then give it to Void
could have
instead
given
of
this
his
to
Blink.
Mirana. Yeah.
Or Mirana.
Mirana or Void would have made it a lot of sense.
And there's actually going to be an MKB coming up on Mirana. So they do have 2 MKBs on the side of Root. Meepo, though, he can't build one. Meanwhile, Faceless Void actually going to find Grint XD up here. Does expend a Chrono to do so and blink away. That's the big deal with the blink, is he's able to get these Chronos and not get caught out by the enemy team instantly afterwards. So it's okay.
Yeah. Problem is, I mean, the blink is gonna be useless if any sort of Naga illusion is near him, because the Radiance will disable it. But yeah, he's making it work. He's finding these Chrono pickoffs on the core heroes, and that's just what's giving them enough space to actually keep the illusions away from the base at the very least.
Yeah.
But they still need something else. They need to have a pickoff on a Naga, ideally.
But Naga's died 3 times this game. Like, I mean, sure they can find a pickoff, but it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not easy, but it's just the problem that you have playing up against a late game Naga. You have to find some way of dealing with her, and you have to find some way of, yeah, making sure that she doesn't split push you to death while you try and make something happen in terms of objectives. So either you pick her up, or you just try and push out the waves as far as you can. Meepo can do some of that, but he has to be very careful.
We got to blink up on Natures as well. It's partially, I think, for Rat, but partially also just to get an initiation off with that sheep stick. Like, if he stays back... Yes, thank you, Rupture. We got that one.
Okay. So, it's starting to get a little bit boring, I gotta say. Starting to run out of things to talk about. I mean, Meepo is 6 slotted, he does a buyback.
Naga has a Radiance, guys. She's farming really fast. Did you know Naga with Radiance gets insane amounts of farm? 608 last hits 50 minutes in. This is literally like well over, I want to say like 12 last hits a minute. Yeah, 12 a minute.
Okay. Gonna find a big bad bird here. Grass does have a side.
There's the Hex. They're gonna kill him. He can't get his BKB off. He can't get a Chrono either. The Blink isn't available because he took damage there, and Ember Spirit gonna get his revenge. Speaking of Ember, by the way, he does have a BKB up, so he will be able to still deal some damage and possibly not get hexed up by Meepo. It is 10 seconds, so this next fight is pretty critical for them, even though Meepo does not, or Ember and Meepo don't have critical hits.
Yeah. Alright, now with that pick off, the time has come for Pain to force out a buyback. Oh my god. This is so exciting.
Yeah, the base race is beginning, but Meepo not fully committed here. Boy JC gonna get hit with the Skywrath ult, not for long though. And Nugget's just like, guys, give me 8 seconds. I've got some friends coming. Baga gonna get taken down there. Grint looking for Meepo. Or actually just gonna pick up the gym and say, hey, whatever. He'll find Ink here. He'll hex him up actually. And ADR getting jumped on right now. He does have buyback available, keep in mind. The Global Silence coming out. ADR is still alive, though. He kills off the Meepo, who does have buyback, and they're going to go ahead and TP him out back to the base. This is not good, though. Root is probably going to be the ones that are going to have to spend a buyback, be it Voids very soon, which probably won't be the case, or Meepos later on, of course.
Yeah. Naga, at this point, that's the first time
look at this.
Oh god.
Joy's gonna go down to basically Naga illusions and 2 or 3 right clicks from Green.
Frankly, it was only just 1 right click, I think. But yeah, it's a point in the game where you just, for the first time in quite a while, engaged in actual Naga Siren. Then you realize, whoa, pretty tanky. Can't burst it down right away.
Yeah.
Then in the spirit also, I mean, even though if he sees silence, he can't get the Sleight of Fist off, but he can still hit you in the face with 2 Battle Furies. Then Naga also does super high amounts of damage.
Yeah.
Not with the Butterfly, with the Diffusal Blade as well. It's level 2, so 35 agility from that. 30 from, even more than from the Butterfly.
And when she's in the Vengeful Spirit aura, That's almost 400 damage. I mean, it's 350 probably, but it went up to 165 for the green bonus damage, of course. That's nothing to just scoff at and just say, oh, well, it's just 400 damage. That's a huge bonus to them in the late game. Even if Baga's dead, I mean, the enemy team does that much less damage, so...
Yeah. Compare that to Ink. I mean, he's sitting at 150 damage. He's relying on his Duo Strike to do most of it. And the rest he does has his tanky builds, right?
But you have to remember that...
actually, it's multiple Meepos, but...
Yeah.
Dire Illusions are almost hitting his heart with the mana burn and all of that.
And also, he can't get True Strike against Naga. I think that's the big deal here for Ink, is that you can't go BKB or MKB on Meepo and just say, oh, well, I'll hit her now. You won't hit her. You literally will not hit her because your other Meepos don't get True Strike. Sure, one does, but that's a huge investment for only hitting every so often, in my opinion. I love Grandis in the chat. Time to force out buyback and then farm for 20 minutes. That's basically what we're looking at here, guys. So, I would say grab yourself a beer, but this game could actually end soon. Shocker, I know it's a Naga game ending at like 54 minutes. Who would have thought? But it is possible. So you can go grab yourself a beer, but be warned, the game may be over when you come back.
Question is, do you mind at that point, right?
Yeah.
King ID, there's gonna be Global Silence. BKB forced out on King ID. He has to run away. We'll get.
They have the Fiend's Grip. Yeah, and
so,
Bane. I mean, this is the big deal for Bane. The Fiend's Grip is really good against BKB, and with the Meepo and the Silencer, they forced out a BKB buy from King RD. He has to buy that in order to live. And then they just said, oh, well, we have a Bane too. You can't. BKB doesn't work.
What is that gonna get them though? I mean, they're now trying to push down mid, but the illusions are not gonna make that easy. And
not
even then, Embersplit still has buyback. So even with these kind of pickoffs, the road to the Radiant base is still very, very long. They almost need to have a brilliant Chrono here from the big bad bird.
Somebody is asking 2 minutes ago how Ember fisted when he was silenced. He did purge off the BKB after he got silenced. While the Global Silence does go through BKB, BKB also purges it off. So it's kind of a... You have to wait until the BKBs are already cast to cast your silence, or vice versa.
Oh, your boy just keeps dying to the illusions here.
It's almost enough to kill him. Naga's looking for it. They won't quite get it thanks to the poofs. But Nature's Prophet comes in. He finds the blink away as well. And he's going to TP out. Oh my goodness, he made it. They're going to keep searching for him too. They're going to waste so much time from Root. Just like, where the heck is he? Where did he go? And this is the problem.
How are you doing? Here. My name is Grant. I'll take your money. Thank you.
Excuse me, I saw that Naga left you on about 54 HP or so. Well, it would be a shame if someone you know took your life away anyway. Oh, wait!
Yeah, mine was better. Thank you. Copper face, no space, laser haze. Big Bad Bird will get caught out here, hexed up.
This is big.
Not allowed for the worlds. This is really big. He does have buyback, but...
Ember just got up without spinning buyback. And he's got 4K in the game. They're gonna get yoinked too, and this is the problem with Pain Gaming. Late game... They're veterans of the Brazilian Dota scene. I know for some of you are like, but BR Dota is noobs. Not entirely. They play well when they really play well. They have bad games, but everybody has bad games, let's be honest. Look at New Navi. But they know a lot about late game situations. And Naga has 8k gold and is buying out a flying courier.
Yeah. I don't really see a way out for Root here, unless they get a Miracle Chronosphere.
And kill Naga during
twice. Yeah, they have to kill them all twice, because all of them... I mean, Naga is having a courier for herself.
And 9k in the bank.
8,000 gold in the bank, so you're gonna have to force her buyback and kill her again.
I mean,
I don't see it happening. I mean, it seems... It's just like Root has been playing so carefully here in this game number 3 that Chicken MC dies because of it. Pops a BKB at the last second, so that might... Sure, his survival here. Sono eats an arrow to the face with no follow-up, unfortunately.
GRD
will find the Ember, so...
He did just pick up his crit, but he does have buyback. He's done the math there. Level 25, you do lose 750 gold. I don't know the other levels, I just know 25, because late game situations, you know. And he actually had calculated that he does have buyback, so he can be a little more risky there. They do take down the top tower and half a racks, though, and that timer that we started, it's coming out.
Yep. Clock is ticking, and yeah, there's gonna be the Aegis triggered on Meepo in the mid lane.
That's
All
a
the
Meepo
Meepos
going
are gonna
down.
be here, trying to teleport out.
Oh
but
dear.
nope.
The cleave is real from King RD. The buyback definitely worth it. And the big bad bird, he'll go down as well. He has no buyback at this point.
Yeah, I want to say this is over.
I mean, I don't want to say it's over because I feel bad for those who YOLO bet on Root, but hey, they looked good game 1, but also pain to sit in draft as well game 1. And now game number 3, you can't let Naga get out of control like this.
Yeah.
And they had
Even with
nothing
Amiibo,
to stop
I mean,
her in the
yeah.
early game. And that's the problem here. It's the early Radiance that ADR didn't have to break a sweat getting. Sure, there at the end, there was enough. He's just going to walk up with his illusion and be like, oh, look, it's the real one. Just kidding. And JC is now realizing that, and he's kind of sad that he didn't pick up on that before. I mean, she's got 11k gold. Poor JC, he refreshes, but the diffusal from the illusions is going to burn his mana enough he can't even get off a Global Silence before he falls. Now there's a Necro 3 up on Nature's Prophet, and it seems a little anticlimactic, but when you're down to the wire like this, you play what you're really good at and what you know. And actually, Global Silence will come out. ADR gonna Manta it off of him, though, and he'll actually take down the Bane right now. So triple kill for him. No buybacks up for Root right now, as they just spent your boy JC's. Double kill for Chicken MC, though, as he does take down the Nature's Prophet, whose gem is on the ground. He doesn't have buyback. And meanwhile, the Siege Creep gonna find the last hit on the tower there.
Siege Creep OP, please nerf.
And slowly but surely.
Only 2 Siege Creeps, but yeah. Root has absolutely no way to come back from this. They waited way too long to start fighting. And at which point the Emerald Spirit got all of the farm countering the Meepo entirely. Naga Siren counters everything.
Okay, I'm not gonna say there's no way, though.
Being 6.
It's still, okay, maybe
Really, what can Root do now?
Rapier.
Just walk me through it
Rapier
because I don't see it.
Gaming on the Faceless Void. I don't know how they get it. I don't know how they get it to him. I don't know how they push after that, but that's their way of killing Naga. And the only problem is there's an Ember on the enemy team, and if anybody's good with a Rapier, it's Ember.
Yeah, Rapier is not the solution here. It's not the problem. The problem is, even if they can kill Naga once, they're not going to be able to kill her twice. And even when they're just the act of trying to kill her is going to require so many resources that you're going to be either dead or low on health after the fact.
Yeah. I do want to point out, Bear Nuts put it into the chat. If Ember gets lucky enough, he's doing 1,000 crits-ish, plus 70% cleave. That's probably about 5,000 damage to each Meepo. He's got 4k HP. I mean, he's got 19 armor. That's great and all, because you reduce physical damage by 54%. But he's not living much longer afterwards, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, 2 lucky crits.
And even if he lives, I think at that point he's basically on Meepo's life support, you know?
Yeah, this Meepo is not going to be able to do a whole lot unless he really gets a job in on the Ember. Then you can kill him, of course. And then you might have a shot. But it's really going to require a lot of mistakes on the side of Pain Gaming, and they've played this before, and I don't think they're gonna make these mistakes in a million years.
Yeah, and do you have Naga Illusions getting bursted down? I mean, that's basically all they can do at this point, but their burst is gone as soon as these Necrobook creeps come in here. Grint a little afraid to feed him into the enemy team, doesn't want to give him that much net worth. Keep in mind, though, you asked at the beginning, can a Radiance Naga even keep up with the Meepo? Meepo has 10,000, I mean, less net worth than the Naga. I think it's official. Okay. ADR.
Okay.
Okay. You see what he's doing here? He's got the Courier with the AC. He puts the AC on himself instead of the Diffusal Blade. just so that he can send his illusions with the AC aura to have less armor for these towers. It forces out 3 TPs from these, and just look at the damage they do. They take down a range Drax, and I mean, if you can do it once, you can do it again, right? Naga's not falling off.
Yep. People's getting another Aegis, but we saw it last time. We saw what happened the last time, right? He respawned and then you get essentially taken down by 1 crit from the Ember.
Now what, you know?
What is Ember gonna buy? That's the next question.
1
Triple
more
Battle Fury?
Never enough cleavage. This isn't Twitch TV. There's not a dress code right now. I think we're okay. What was it?
Are you shirtless, Revo? I gotta ask.
I would
You
prefer
say
not
no.
to answer that, but I'm not. No.
Thank you.
I should have told you I was shirtless just for you.
Oh god.
No, the mental image too strong. And now here's the Necro 3. This is the other courier item. Now all you need is refresher, and yeah, your courier is basically like your old clothes closet. Just like a spare bag of clothes you brought just in case you get some mustard on your shirt at the business meeting. I mean, that's the reality here for Naga Siren.
How to be 9-slotted. Featuring ADR. Alright, let me just do this, and then you can have that back. I'll take my diffusal, thank you. See you next time.
Yep. And
Chicken MC is gonna die to this if he stays there, yeah. Oh man.
Big Bad Bird gonna take down a Necro unit. He is on very low HP. He's walking straight at the Naga illusion. He does have cheese. And he cheapies away, but you can see the whole team just crowds around him just in case Nature's Prophet tries something fishy.
It was just a set of illusions.
Did someone call Fear Dota? Because Root Gaming looks very scared. That was a... I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, they're struggling to find a way. They're probably thinking for the past 20, 30 minutes, what the hell can we do? How did we let it get to this? And yeah, if Pain is continuing to play it like they do, they're not going to lose this game.
We could see an engagement bot lane. They're going to go after Big Bad Bird. They'll get him hexed up. The Skywrath Slow will come out as well as the ult. He's caught in it. He's down. He does have buyback, however. But if they can burst him down that quickly.
A little bit surprised that this tier 2 is even still up and running here on the Dire side. But yeah, it's gonna fall now, finally.
Yeah, I was looking at the Radiant side because I was like, he must have gotten mixed up. There's no way there's a tower alive on the Dire team. But nope.
Well, while I still get the time, I want to thank Pain Gaming and Root Gaming for occupying me here until 2 AM.
Yeah, and occupying me away from the sandwich that's calling my name downstairs at the grill. So hungry, hashtag. Actually, a fake TP in for Nature's... Oh gosh, the Global Silence comes out. They're actually going to jump Naga, but she gets the song off thanks to her Manta Sal. She'll get away, and they're just left fighting some illusions. Basically shadowboxing here as Grant comes in. He gets a hex up. That's Mirana hitting the deck. And actually Naga finding the kill there as well. Ember managing to take down Bane as well, who isn't down quite as long. Doesn't have a buyback though. And now JC going down as well. It is Meepo against Pain Gaming. And I think he may end up...
that's exactly
it's not
what
anymore,
I would
but
call Naga bullshit right there.
pretty much, yeah.
Grant might die here. One crit,
Actually,
he brings down 2/3 of Meepo's health points. King
Yeah.
of D will die, can
They all have
buy
buyback. And Naga's not even in the fight yet. She just came into the fight, is manting up right now. They'll take down Meepo, who does have his Aegis. He'll get back up now. Big Bad Bird, he's already netted up. He'll go down with no buyback. Chicken MC, no buyback on him either. Once the chicken's fried, I guess it's stuck in the pan at that point. Which doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
No more buybacks, only Meepo and Bane, and I told you there's absolutely no way for Root to do this.
No, Meepo has a buyback.
Revo, please.
But they don't even have to kill him at this point. I think that's the more important thing here. Like, sure, he picks off some of your heroes. He can't kill Naga. That's the big thing. Meepo does take down Nature's Prophet. And there's a nice steering chains out, actually, as King RD is going to get away. There's no Hex up here. And ADR with the Naga Gaming going to take down the bot racks. And now there are Mega Creeps. This is the point where I'm finally going to say, okay, GG. Yep. We're done here.
King RD takes a Fiend Script to the face, going to be swapped out of it. And now, the buyback on Meepo, we'll see how much it can do. He will pick up Sono here. ADR next on the list, but there's one single Sleight of Fist setting them up
GG
quite
gonna come
nicely.
out.
Finally, after 68 minutes in game number 3, GG comes out. Revo, take it away.
Yep, I'm very sorry about the camera control issues, guys. The longer the games go on, the longer my focus just degrades, and luckily I'll be able to go get some food in me in between the games. Don't go anywhere, though. We have another game coming up. It's going to be myself and Rupture, not Dragondrop. Assuming that the Spanish casters show up. I hope I won't be solo casting that, but it is possible. I mean, it might end up happening. But it'll be E-Hug up against Wheel, and yes, this match isn't on Dota 2 Lounge. It is on Dota 2 Best YOLO, as far as I know, and possibly, Goes to Gamers and esportbets.com, I think. Anyways, of course, if you enjoyed the casting, I hope you did, even though you may not have been able to see some of the team fights because Reportcaster is new. But if you enjoyed the casting itself, of course, make sure you check out SP Revolution 5 on Twitter. If you enjoyed the co-casting, which is much better than the main casting if you ask me, Dragondrop Dota is where you want to look for that. And tomorrow night we'll have tons of games coming your way, of course. Dragondrop, hope you have a good night, have a good rest, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Next game comes up at 9 p.m. You've got 40 minutes to hang out and whatnot as well.